Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be making a shirt to celebrate Mardi Gras. Now, New Orleans is very high on my list of big US cities that I have not traveled to yet, and the list is actually pretty short. I've been across most of the country, but New Orleans I still haven't been. And I can't go to Mardi Gras this year, it's just in a few days here, but I can celebrate in this way. So today we're going to be making a shirt. It's going to be an upside down or reverse spider fold. I'll show you that in just a minute, and we're going to use Mardi Gras colors. So gold, green, and purple are the sort of traditional colors that you'll see across Mardi Gras and Mardi Gras floats. But I want to do a spin on it where there's going to be a lot of black in the shirt because that's kind of my preference for a shirt that's for me. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this spun up in reverse spider, upside down spider. We'll talk about it in just a sec. Okay, so this shirt is the pattern known as Spider. This is a shirt I made on the channel. If you're interested in seeing the video, it's the one that says this is bleach or it's bleach. Maybe I'll put it at the end. But what you can see is this is the middle of the spider's body and then the legs you can see. So I'm going to show you how to do this, but what I'm looking for is actually something that looks upside down. So an upside down spider, because I kind of think it looks a little bit like a crown, which I think is kind of neat for Mardi Gras. So let me go ahead and show you how we're going to twist the shirt up. Okay, so step one in this project is we're going to do a fold. It's actually very simple. The shirt is folded in half. It's not sleeve through sleeve. It's literally just one half of the shirt folded over the other. And the reason that it's upside down is because I want the legs of the spider, or the crown we're going to call it, I want that to be pointing up and not down. I'm right-handed. I twist with my right hand clockwise in almost all cases. So if I turn the shirt upside down, instead of the legs going downwards, they will go upwards. So really simple. On a typical tie-dye, just a spiral fold, you grab the middle of the shirt and you just start to twist. Now in a spider, or a crown in this case, you fold the shirt in half and you just start at one side. So in this case, I think I want lots of crowns, so I think I'm gonna go, yeah, I guess middle still makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pinch the shirt here, and then I'm gonna spiral from here with the shirt folded in half. That's simple, and it does not need to be finicky. You don't need to be real precious with this. So let's go ahead and get this banded up. And that's it. So next thing I'm going to talk about is the colors. Okay, so here are the colors. All four are from Dharma Trading. First is Marigold. I thought that looks as close as I can get to a gold with my colors. And New Emerald Green, very close. And Blue Violet, beautiful color. This is such a great color. This one works great, just use it. And the plan is I'm going to put 3 stripes, just yellow, green, and purple. Just big blocks, yellow, green, purple. And I'm gonna go in that order because if you follow like the rainbow patterns are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, Roy G. Biv. Yellow comes before green, comes before the blues or the purples, and I want to do it in this order so that when the colors are touching each other, they work nicely. If I were to mix them up, it would still probably look okay, but we don't know for sure. I don't know for sure how purple is going to play with yellow, so I'm going to separate them. And then once I have these 3 colors down, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to do black all over the back. So let me show you that now. All right, first of the 3 colors, this is the gold, marigold in this case, and I'm going to do a little more than 1/3 of the shirt with yellows because yellows tend to get beat up by their neighbor. So this is not going to be perfectly 1/3. It's going to be a little bigger. All right, next up, New Emerald Green. You may notice that the yellow here it's almost half, but once green starts going down, it's going to push that way a little bit. Also, you may notice that this yellow doesn't look particularly gold, but it will once it washes out. And finally, for the far right side, blue-violet. Well, I think that looks pretty darn good. If you're wondering, those don't look terribly like the beads I showed you. You are right, because these colors in their dye form are going to be just a little bit darker, in this case, a little bit darker than they're going to be when they rinse out. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take some pictures of this for the thumbnail, and then I'm going to flip it over and we're going to do the whole back covered in black, and I'll explain why. That's where the spider legs crown spikes is going to come from. Okay, last step, we're going to put on the raven black. Now I'm going to do the entire back in raven black, and the reason I'm doing one side one color is that this is going to create a noticeable, like, the spider legs pattern, and also I like shirts that are black. Like I like the colorful ones too, but if there's some black involved, I dig them. So I'm just going to coat this pretty well. The more you use, the more black will be in the shirt, the less of the colors will be obvious. But that's actually okay. I think if it's obvious that there's if it's obvious that there's gold, green, and purple, that's really all I'm shooting for. So let's go ahead and get some raven black. All right, I think that looks pretty good. This is a well-saturated shirt. There's a ton of dye in this, so I'm kind of hoping that there's not going to be a lot of white, but if there is a little bit of white in the shirt, that's cool too. I'm going to flip it back over in its storage container so that the black doesn't completely dominate. I still want some colors. It's a cool, delicate balance because sometimes a shirt that looks almost all black but just has little flecks of colors in it, those get noticed because people will do like double takes. They'll look at your shirt and then they'll be like, oh, is that tie-dye? So I've gotten a lot of compliments on shirts that are just that are mostly black, and then people get close up and they notice the colors. All right, so let's let this batch for 24 hours and then I will bring it back. We will pop it open. All right, time for the fun part. I think it turned out pretty good. I like the colors. They are a little darker than the traditional Mardi Gras colors, but I'm hoping that when we do the rinse out, that it should lighten up. Here's the back, black side, and let's get it open. Cool. Oh yeah. Looks like we're upside down. Whoa. This is cool. Well, there is a little bit of white, but I think it's okay. Let me go ahead and pop it all the way. Wow, let me pop it all the way open. Super cool. Great color combo. These are real neat looking. Kind of Bengal tiger up here. Super sick. Yeah, I'm gonna be wearing the heck out of this. Okay, well, I'm gonna rinse this out and I'll show you a picture at the very end, or I'll probably just bring it back to the table here. We'll show you what it looks like once it's all lightened up. But I think this turned out pretty cool. So the upside down spider, right, or the crown, I guess you could call it crown. But the goal was to get the spider legs to move up, and that's what we have here. So this is opposite of the bleach dye that I showed you at the beginning of the video. Well, this is a great one. If you liked it, do me a favor and hit the like button. I really appreciate it. And in just a second here, I'll show you what it looks like once it's all rinsed out. See you on the next video.